This is my audience.
Oh, I'm gonna come to the camera again.
All right. That's everyone.
And me.
Okay, well, first, I would like just to get started by telling you this story. It actually happened to me yesterday. I had 1,000,001 things to do on my to-do list. Running around, dropping the kids off, just busy, busy, busy. To-do list like 10 feet long. And I even had an afternoon class. And by the time I got out of my afternoon class, I was driving home and I was like, oh, I feel physically ill. Like, I feel like I'm going to get sick. And so I was trying to think of all the reasons why I feel like this. And I came to the conclusion that I was feeling sick because I haven't eaten all day. So I pulled into the Hardee's parking lot, get myself a sandwich and soda, and I scarfed it down. And by the time I got home, I felt better and I was ready to go 100% again. Now, what I want to know is how many of you have ever felt like physically ill from not eating before?
Me.
We've all been there. I know it. Well, the whole reason why I'm telling you this story and why I'm asking you this question is that what I did yesterday by going into the Hardee's parking lot and getting myself a sandwich is really considered a luxury for many people in the world. Not everyone has the luxury of having food and water at their hands, right at their hands, at their fingertips. And one of the places right now that's really suffering is East Africa. East Africa is experiencing one of the worst droughts in over 60 years. And it is, according to UNICEF, more than 300,000 children are severely malnourished, so much to the point that they are on the brink of starving to death. And this is happening right now as we're speaking. According to CNN, when you add the number of adults to this, the number hits 10 million people. There are 10 million people that do not have food and water right now. So as I was going into the Hardee's parking lot, there are people that didn't even have a glass of water. So obviously why I'm telling you this is that I feel like it hasn't gotten the attention that it deserves. And I feel like it is a more serious problem than many people even think it is. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start talking to you about what's causing the drought and why it's considered so severe. And also the second thing I want to talk to you about is how it's affecting the people there. And then I'm going to talk to you about why the publicity has been so low with it. And so one of the causes of the drought is, most experts agree that it's climate change, just like what we're experiencing. The climate change is causing their rainy season to be shortened and for their volume of water to be less. So it's causing crop failures and their farm animals are dying off. And you might be wondering why it's so severe, why it's more severe maybe than the one that's going on in Texas, that has happened this past year in Texas. The reason why is that this is the second year in a row that places over there have seen little or even no water at all, no rainfall at all. And they don't have as many wells like we do. They don't have things to their capacity. The higher food prices, just like what we're experiencing, is also adding to the severity of the problem. And, of course, the endless conflict. There's Islamic radicals that are not allowing aid to come in to help these people. So they can actually see the people that are willing to help them, but they won't let them come in. So I hope that makes you all understand why it's so severe and some of the causes of why it's happening. Now I want to talk to you about how it's affecting the people. So far today, there has been 29,000 children under the age of 5 who have died from it. And an average number of 10 children die every day. So 10 people died just today. 10 people died yesterday when I was eating Hardee's. On July 20th, it was so severe that a famine was officially declared by the United Nations. This is the first time in 30 years that a famine has ever been declared by the United Nations. So today, people are starving to death. It's really sad that with modern technology, people have to die this way. Refugee camps obviously are becoming overcrowded. There's not enough aid to go around. And when I say overcrowded, I mean by the thousands and thousands and thousands. So now that I've told you about how it's affecting people, Now I'd like to talk to you about why this might be the first time you're hearing about it and why it's actually gotten so little publicity. So by the raise of hands, how many of you have never heard about this before today? Okay. Well, it's understandable, because one of the main reasons is that it's not at our doorstep. It's not something we see every day. It's not our family, our friends, our parents. It's our neighbors. No one's suffering from it. So of course it's true. You know, see no evil, do no evil, hear no evil. Also, the U.S. problems have taken such precedence lately with the media. The economic situation, obviously, the upcoming election, and obviously the Iraqi war. So the 10-minute news reports that might happen, you know, during the week isn't enough time to make it sink into people. So in conclusion, I hope you all understand why it's so important and why it's really near and dear to my heart. I hope next time that you see one of these 10-minute news bleeps that you might pay more attention to it. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
You did really good.